The Empire faces its last warning as Earth stands defiant. HFY. Story Part 1. The Ultimatum, 770 words. The massive Zarkonian warship hung in space like a dark cloud above Earth. Inside the United Nations headquarters, Sarah Chun stood beside General Jung Hoon as they watched the holographic projection of Emperor Zircon. The alien ruler's 4 arms crossed over his chest, his purple scales shimmering under the ship's lights. "Humans of Earth," Zircon's voice boomed through the translator. "The Galactic Empire has been patient with your kind. 3 times we have asked you to surrender your weapons and join us as servants. This is your final warning," Sarah whispered to Jung-hoon. "They still don't understand us, do they?" The general shook his head. "No, they think we're just another weak species." On the screen, Zircon continued. "You have 12 Earth hours to comply. Disarm your nuclear weapons. Ground your ships. Accept our rule or face complete destruction." The transmission ended. The room fell silent. Presidents, prime ministers, and military leaders from around the world sat frozen. Then slowly, President Martinez of the Americas Union stood up. "Well," he said with a grim smile, "I guess they want an answer." Sarah pulled up her datapad. "Sir, our defense systems are ready. Project Thunder is operational. All orbital platforms are armed." Min Jung, the Korean scientist, rushed into the room. "The shield generators are online. Every major city is protected." General Jung-hoon looked at the world leaders. "We knew this day would come. Ever since the Zarkonians conquered the Altarian system, we've been preparing. They think we're primitive because we've only been in space for 50 years. They don't know what we've built in secret." Co. Yan, the head of Earth's intelligence division, stood up. "My spies report that the Empire has never faced real resistance. Every species they've conquered gave up without a fight. They've grown lazy, overconfident, and let's show them what humans can do." President Martinez said outside. People around the world watched the alien ship through their windows. Children pointed at the sky. Parents held them close. But there was no panic. Earth had been preparing for 5 years. Ever since first contact in underground bunkers, soldiers checked their new plasma weapons. In hidden moon bases, pilots climbed into stealth fighters. In orbital stations disguised as communication satellites, weapon systems powered up. Commander Zex of the Zarkonian fleet looked down at Earth from his bridge. "Primitive creatures," he muttered to his lieutenant. "They still use chemical rockets. They've barely left their planet. This will be over in minutes." His lieutenant nodded. "Should we prepare the slave ships, Commander?" "Yes, these humans will make good workers in the mines of Kepler 442b. But Zex didn't notice the small satellites moving into position around his fleet. He didn't detect the stealth ships rising from Earth's oceans. He didn't see the moon bases targeting his engines. Back in the UN, Sarah received a message on her pad. "Sir, all units report ready. Operation Defiance can begin on your word." President Martinez looked around the room at his fellow leaders. The Russian president nodded. The Chinese premier raised his thumb. The African Union chancellor smiled. The European Federation minister stood tall. "Send our response," Martinez said. Sarah typed quickly and hit send. The message was simple. "Earth stands free. Earth stands defiant. Come and try." On the Zarkonian ship, Commander Zex received the message. He laughed. "Foolish humans. They choose death." He turned to his weapons officer. "Charge the main cannon. Target their capital cities." But as the weapon charged, alarms suddenly started blaring across the bridge. "Commander, we're detecting massive energy signatures from the planet's surface." "What? That's impossible. Our scans showed they only have nuclear technology." On Earth, General Jung-hoon gave the order. "All units engage. Show them why nobody threatens humanity." The sky lit up with thousands of laser beams. Hidden orbital platforms revealed themselves, firing plasma torpedoes. Stealth ships appeared behind the Zarkonian fleet. The moon bases launched their missiles. Commander Zex watched in shock as his supposedly invincible shield started failing. How? How are they doing this? Sarah smiled as she watched the tactical display. They thought we were weak because we're young. They forgot that humans became the dominant species on Earth, not through strength, but through intelligence and adaptation. We learned their technology. We improved it. And now, we're going to teach the Empire a lesson they'll never forget. The battle for Earth's freedom had begun. Asterisk Commander. Zex gripped his command chair as another explosion rocked his warship. The bridge lights flickered red, and damage reports flooded in from every deck. His 4 eyes widened in disbelief as he watched 3 more Empire vessels burning in space. Impossible! He roared. The humans were supposed to be level 2 civilization at most. On Earth, in the underground command center called the Fortress, Sarah-chan coordinated the global defense. Dozens of holographic screens surrounded her, each showing different battle zones. Min-jun stood beside her, managing the shield systems that protected Earth's cities. Shanghai shields holding at 90%. Min-jun reported. Moscow at 85. New York at 92. General Yung-hoon watched the space battle through the main viewer. Launch the second wave. Don't give them time to regroup. From hidden silos in Antarctica, massive railguns emerged from the ice. Each one was the size of a skyscraper, built in secret over the past 3 years. They fired tungsten rods at incredible speeds, punching through space and striking the Empire ships with devastating force. Siu Yeon received a transmission from her spy network. General, our agents inside the Empire report panic at their high command. They've never seen weapons like ours. Good, Yung-hoon replied. They thought we were helpless. Time to show them human engineering. In space, Captain Marcus Williams led Squadron Phoenix through the Empire formation. His stealth fighter was invisible to their sensors, using technology reverse-engineered from a crashed Zarkonian scout ship that Earth had kept secret. Phoenix 3 and 4. Target their engines, Marcus commanded. Phoenix 5 and 6 hit their weapon systems. The human fighters danced through space, too small and fast for the Empire's massive cannons to track. They fired antimatter missiles, another human innovation that combined Earth science with stolen alien technology. Commander Zex watched his fleet burning. 20 ships had already been destroyed or disabled. Contact the Emperor. Tell him we need reinforcements. But the communications officer shook his head. Commander, the humans are jamming our long-range communications. We can't reach the Empire. On the moon, at Armstrong Base, Colonel Dmitry Volkov prepared the surprise Earth had been building for 2 years. Activate Project Hammer, he ordered. The moon's surface split open, revealing a massive particle cannon. It was aimed directly at the Empire's command ship. Charging to full power, the weapons officer reported. Target locked, back on Earth. President Martinez watched the battle from the UN. Other world leaders had joined by video link, all watching humanity's first real space battle. Sarah, Martinez called through the comm. What's our status? Sarah checked her displays. We've destroyed 30% of their fleet, Mr. President. Our casualties are minimal. 3 fighters lost. 1 orbital platform damaged but operational. The Empire had come with 50 warships, expecting to conquer Earth in hours. They hadn't expected Earth to have energy weapons, shields, or space fighters. They certainly hadn't expected humanity to have been preparing for this day. Min-jun suddenly shouted, Alert! The Empire ships are forming a new attack pattern. They're concentrating fire on Tokyo. Redirect power from Seoul and Beijing shields to Tokyo, Sarah ordered. Launch interceptor missiles from Japan base. The sky above Tokyo turned bright as hundreds of energy beams struck the city's shield. The barrier held, but barely. SEO-YEON received another report. The Empire is pulling back their damaged ships. They're regrouping behind their command vessel. General Jung-hoon saw an opportunity. They're scared. They're actually scared of us. He turned to Sarah. Execute Operation Lightning. All units full assault. Every hidden weapon on Earth activated at once. Submarines surfaced and fired plasma cannons. Aircraft carriers revealed hidden laser turrets. Even civilian satellites dropped their disguises and opened fire. Commander Zex couldn't believe what he was seeing. How did they hide all this from our scans? His science officer had the answer. Commander, their entire civilization has been broadcasting false signals. Every city, every military base, everything we scanned was fake data. They've been deceiving us from the start. On the moon, Colonel Volkov gave the order. Fire Project Hammer. A brilliant beam of pure energy shot from the moon, striking the Empire command ship. The vessel's shields collapsed instantly, and explosions rippled across its hull. Commander Zex felt his ship dying around him. Send a message torpedo to the Empire. Tell them Earth is not what we thought. Tell them the torpedo launched just before the command ship exploded, carrying its warning to the Galactic Empire. On Earth, cheers erupted in every command center, every military base, every home watching the battle. But Sarah knew this was just the beginning. They'll be back, she told Jung-hoon. With a bigger fleet. The general nodded. Then we'd better get ready for round 2. Asterisk. 3 weeks had passed since Earth's victory. In the Imperial Palace on Zakun Prime, Emperor Zircon crushed the message torpedo in his massive clawed hand. His throne room, larger than Earth's football stadiums, fell silent as his rage filled the air. 50 ships, he growled. 50 ships lost to a primitive world. Grand Admiral Thorne stepped forward, his 6 legs clicking on the crystal floor. My Emperor, the humans deceived us. They possess technology we didn't expect. Silence. Zircon roared. No species has ever defeated an Empire fleet. Not in 10,000 years. On Earth, the victory celebration had turned into intense preparation. Sarah Chun hadn't slept in 2 days, overseeing the construction of new defense platforms. The entire planet had united like never before. In the Pacific Ocean, a massive structure rose from the waters. Min Jun supervised its completion from the control tower. The Pacific Defense Grid is operational, he reported to Sarah through the cone. 40 underwater fortresses, all connected. General Jung-hoon met with military leaders from every nation. The old borders and conflicts seemed silly now, faced with alien invasion. Russian generals shared tactics with American commanders. Chinese scientists worked with Indian engineers. We have their technology now, Jung-hoon told the assembly. From the destroyed ships, we've recovered weapons, shields, and most importantly, their star maps. Co Yun's intelligence network had been busy. My sources say the Emperor is gathering the largest fleet in Empire history. 500 ships, maybe more. The room went quiet. 500 ships was 10 times what they had just defeated. President Martinez spoke up. Then we need allies. The Empire must have enemies. Already working on it, Co Yeon smiled. We've detected encrypted signals from 3 systems. Other species watching our fight, hoping we might succeed. In space, Captain Marcus Williams led the salvage operation. Hundreds of human ships now work to collect debris from the destroyed Empire vessels. Every piece of technology was valuable. Captain, his officer called out, we've found something. It's the Empire Fleet's database core, intact. Marcus grinned. Get it to Earth immediately. That could have fleet positions, weapon specifications, everything we need. Back on Zakon Prime, Emperor Zircon addressed his war council. The humans must be eliminated. Not conquered, not enslaved. Eliminated. They're too dangerous to exist. Grand Admiral Thorne hesitated. My Emperor, complete genocide. That hasn't been done since the Altair Rebellion. The humans have shown they will never submit, Zircon said. They must serve as an example to other species. Prepare the planet killer. Gasps echoed through the throne room. The planet killer was the Empire's ultimate weapon, a ship so massive it could crack a world in half. On Earth, Min Jun and his team decoded the Empire database. His face went pale as he read the data. Sarah, you need to see this. Sarah read the files, her expression darkening. They have a doomsday weapon, something called the Planet Killer. General Jung-hoon studied the specifications. It's 200 kilometers long. Shields that could withstand a supernova. Weapons that could destroy Earth in one shot. Then we need to make sure it never reaches Earth, Sarah said. She turned to the assembled leaders. It's time to reveal Project Exodus. Deep beneath the Atlantic Ocean, humanity's greatest secret waited. For 3 years, using technology from the first alien probe that had crashed on Earth, humans had built something impossible, a warship to match anything the Empire had. Dr. Hans Müller, the German scientist who led the project, gave them a tour. Ladies and gentlemen, I present humanity's first battleship, the UES Defiance. The ship was magnificent. 3 kilometers long, armed with weapons that merged human creativity with alien technology. It had shields, cloaking systems, and something the Empire would never expect, an artificial intelligence named Aria, created by Earth's best programmers. Hello, Commander Chun. Aria's voice echoed through the ship. I am ready to defend humanity. Seo Yan received an urgent message. We have incoming signals. 3 species want to talk, the Altarians, the Kepler Coalition, and the Free Worlds Alliance. They're offering intelligence about the Empire's weaknesses. President Martinez made the decision. Accept their offer. Earth stands with any who oppose tyranny. The alien representatives appeared on screen. A crystalline being spoke first. Humans, you have done what we thought impossible. You've shown the Empire can bleed. We will share what we know. As Earth prepared for the Empire's revenge, something unexpected happened. Ships began arriving at the edge of the solar system. Not Empire ships, but vessels from other species. They came to witness what no one thought possible. A young species standing against the Galactic Empire. Sarah looked at the gathering fleet of allies. They thought they could frighten us with their final warning. Instead, they woke the sleeping giant of human determination. The conference room aboard the UES Defiance was unlike any meeting in human history. Sarah Chun sat across from Ambassador Krex of the Altarian remnant, whose crystalline body reflected rainbow patterns. To her left, the gaseous form of Coordinator Nem from the Kepler Coalition swirled in a containment field. On her right, Jung-hoon watched carefully as more alien representatives joined by hologram. The Empire has ruled through fear for 10 millennia, Ambassador Krex said, his voice like wind chimes. But you humans did something none of us dared. You said no and backed it with force. Coordinator Nem pulsed with orange light. We can offer technology, intelligence, but not ships. The Empire holds our homeworlds hostage. Seo Yan presented the tactical situation on the main display. The Empire fleet will arrive in 6 days. 500 ships, plus the Planet Killer. Our allies have brought 30 ships. Earth has 40 combat-ready vessels. 70 against 500, General Jung-hoon said grimly. We need a better strategy than just fighting. Min Jun had been working with the alien scientists. I might have something. The Empire's Planet Killer has one weakness. It needs to drop its shields to fire the main weapon. We have a 12-second window. 12 seconds to destroy a ship the size of a city? Captain Marcus Williams shook his head. That's impossible. Not if we're already inside their shields when they drop, Sarah said, a plan forming in her mind. On Zaken Prime, Emperor Zircon watched his massive fleet gather. The planet killer, the pride of the Empire, sat at the center like a metal moon. Grand Admiral Thorne commanded from its bridge. My Emperor, Thorne reported, we've detected ships from rebel species gathering near Earth. Should we destroy them first? No, Zircon replied. Let them watch Earth burn. It will remind them of the price of defiance. Back on Earth, President Martinez addressed the world. Every screen, every device showed his message. People of Earth, we face our greatest challenge. But we don't face it alone. For the first time, Earth stands with allies from the stars. We will not go quietly into the night. We will not surrender without a fight. Today, humanity takes its place among the stars. The response was immediate. Volunteer soldiers flooded recruitment centers. Scientists worked around the clock. Children drew pictures of Earth's victory and sent them to the soldiers' dot in her secret laboratory. Dr. Anya Petrov, the Russian physicist, made a breakthrough. Sarah, I've cracked their shield frequency. We can match it. Sarah's eyes widened. You mean, yes. Our ships can pass through their shields if we match the frequency exactly. We can get inside their defenses. The alien allies were amazed. Humans had reverse-engineered in weeks what took other species decades to understand. Ambassador, Krex studied the humans with new respect. Your species is only 200,000 years old. The Empire is millions of years old. Yet you adapt faster than any species we've known. It's because we're fighters, Sizoyan explained. Our entire history is conflict, survival, adaptation. We became strong, not despite our struggles, but because of them. 3 days before the Empire fleet's arrival, humanity launched Operation Trojan. Small stealth probes, invisible to sensors, were sent toward the approaching fleet. Each one carried something special. A computer virus created by Earth's hackers, enhanced with alien knowledge. Minjun monitored the probe's progress. They're attaching to the Empire ships. The virus is uploading. What does the virus do? Asked Coordinator NEM. Sarah smiled. It doesn't destroy anything. It just makes tiny changes to their targeting systems. When they fire at Earth, they'll miss by just enough. On the planet killer, strange reports came in. Admiral Thorne, some ships report minor navigation errors. Nothing serious, just small deviations. Thorne dismissed it. Probably interference from this system's sun. Ignore it. Earth's moon had been transformed into a fortress. Colonel Volkov commanded hundreds of weapon platforms, all hidden beneath lunar dust. When they arrive, we hit them with everything. No holding back. Captain Williams prepared the surprise attack force, 50 stealth fighters, that would hide among the asteroid belt, waiting for the perfect moment. Asterisk. In homes around Earth, families gathered. They knew what was coming. But instead of fear, there was determination. Children wore toy armor. Adults prepared emergency supplies. Everyone watched the skies. Sarah stood on the bridge of the Defiance, humanity's greatest warship. Around her, human and alien crew worked side by side. Aria, she called to the ship's AI, are you ready? I have analyzed 3 million battle scenarios, Commander. We have a 13% chance of victory. 13%? Jung-hoon laughed. I like those odds. We've beaten worse. The Empire fleet was 2 days away, and Earth was ready for the fight of its life. Asterisk, the Empire fleet dropped out of hyperspace like a storm of metal and fire. 500 ships surrounded the planet killer, their formation perfect, their weapons charged. On the planet killer's bridge, Grand Admiral Thorne looked at Earth with satisfaction. Such a small, blue world, he mused. Hard to believe it caused so much trouble. Sarah Chon watched from the Defiance as humanity's fleet formed up. 70 ships against 500. The odds were impossible. But humans had always done the impossible. All ships, this is Commander Chun. Remember the plan? We don't need to win. We just need to survive until the virus takes effect. The first shots came from the Empire. Thousands of energy beams lit up space, racing toward Earth. But something strange happened. Most of them missed. Not by much, just a few degrees, but enough to pass harmlessly by the planet. Admiral Thorne frowned. What's happening? Recalibrate weapons. On Earth, Min Jun's shields held against the few shots that hit. Virus is working. 60% of their shots are missing. Launch fighters. Jung Hoon commanded Dot from the asteroid belt. Captain Williams led the surprise attack. 50 stealth fighters appeared behind the Empire fleet, firing antimatter torpedoes before vanishing again. Where did they come from? Thorne shouted as 3 Empire ships exploded. The battle erupted across the solar system. Ambassador Krex's crystalline ships used their refraction technology to bend Empire laser fire back at them. Coordinator Nem's gaseous vessels flowed through space, impossible to target. But the real surprise came from the moon. Colonel Volkov gave the order, and Lunabase revealed its secret, not just weapons, but massive engines. The entire moon base launched into space, a mobile fortress bristling with cannons. The humans turned their moon into a battleship? Thorne couldn't believe it. Emperor Zircon's voice boomed over the comm. Enough games. Fire the planet killer. The massive weapon began charging. Energy coursed through its planet-cracking cannon. In 12 seconds, Earth would be destroyed. Now! Sarah commanded the Defiance, matching the Empire's shield frequency, passed through the planet killer's defenses like a ghost. The human battleship materialized inside the shield bubble, all weapons aimed at the massive cannon. Fire everything. Sarah ordered the Defiance unleashed its full arsenal. Plasma beams, antimatter missiles, railgun rounds, and humanity's secret weapon, a nanobot swarm that ate through metal like acid. The planet killer's main weapon exploded before it could fire. Admiral Thorne watched in horror as his ultimate weapon burned. Impossible. No ship could have gotten through our shields. But the humans weren't done. SEO Yeon activated the second phase of the virus. Every Empire ship suddenly received false orders. Orders that appeared to come from the Emperor himself. Retreat immediately. Earth is protected by ancient treaty. Cease all hostilities. Confusion spread through the Empire fleet. Ships began turning away, unsure what was real. No. Thorne screamed. Those orders are fake. Continue the attack. But it was too late. The fake orders had broken their formation. Human and allied ships pressed the advantage, focusing fire on isolated Empire vessels. Then came humanity's masterstroke. From Earth's surface, a transmission beamed to every corner of the galaxy. President Martinez appeared on screen, but he wasn't alone. Behind him stood representatives from 12 species, all former victims of the Empire. To all species under Empire rule, Martinez announced, Earth stands free. We have proven the Empire can be defeated. Join us. Fight for your freedom. Today, the revolution begins. On planets across the galaxy, enslaved species watched the broadcast. They saw the Empire fleet burning above Earth. They saw a young species standing defiant. And for the first time in millennia, they felt hope. Ambassador Krex's people on Altair Prime began sabotaging Empire installations. The Kepler Coalition openly rebelled. 3 more species declared independence. Emperor Zircon watched his empire beginning to crumble. One world. One insignificant world has done this. Grand Admiral Thorne's ship exploded under concentrated fire from the Defiance and its allies. The planet killer, mortally wounded, began breaking apart. Empire Fleet, this is Commander Chun, Sarah broadcast. You have two choices. Retreat now and tell your Emperor that Earth stands free, or stay and be destroyed. You have 30 seconds to decide. The Empire ships began jumping to hyperspace, fleeing the battlefield. In 5 minutes, only debris remained. Cheers erupted across Earth and its allied ships. They had done the impossible. They had defeated the Galactic Empire. Sarah looked at the stars, knowing this was just the beginning. They'll be back. But now we're not alone. Now we have allies. Now we have hope. General Jung-hoon smiled. Let them come. Earth stands defiant. Earth stands free. The Empire had given Earth its last warning. Earth had given its answer. And the galaxy would never be the same again.